Welcome back to another episode of Nostalgia Lane. Thank you for joining us.
To get the joke, you got to watch YouTube.
Yep.
Welcome back, guys.
Otherwise,
We're all lurch.
you ring. Oh man. That's my goal for this episode. Is stop saying "oh man" all the time. I'm always on that. Yeah, man. So, welcome back, man and man. Let's get these out. Man. It's like my That's my thinking word. And I'm just like,
No, like is your
or like. Is that my
Don't listen to it because now you'll hear it. Sorry, everybody.
Okay, what?
Huh?
No. What'd
At
you
least
say?
you're not like a.
I said sorry, everybody.
At least
Yeah.
you're not like an old school like New Yorker, like where your thinking word is the F word.
Yeah, sure.
Like effing bagels.
Yeah. What's that guy? Have you seen that guy? There's a guy on Instagram who's like that the F word for a lot of people sometimes up in Brooklyn and in that area. It's like an adjective where it's like,
Oh, that's Pete Davidson.
yeah. Do you see that? And he's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, he's like, we're talking about the
Falkland Islands.
Yeah, the Falkland Islands.
And he's like, Professor, what Falkland Islands you talking about?
He's like, Bahamas.
No, he's like, they're right there. He's like, no, I don't think. He's like, listen, I'm trying to explain. He's like, no, you listen. You got the Hawaiian Falkland Islands. You got the Philippine Falkland Islands, and somewhere on that map, you got Gilligan's Falkland Island.
I love that culture so much. What would we do? We'd be so missing out if we didn't have them around. I love that, man.
Well, you lived it. You were in New York.
Oh yeah, dude. Like that was probably the craziest thing about being in New York was like walking around like Chinatown and like Little Italy, and you see all these movies about gangsters and like mafia dudes, and you're always kind of curious like if that's real. And I literally was walking down the street. There's a street that divides Little Italy and Chinatown, and these two dudes. Heavy dudes, greaseback hair, wife beater, velour jumpsuits, and gold chains start walking out of this restaurant, and I was just like, I just stopped. I didn't realize I was like, I'm just staring at them. I'm like, oh my god, they're real.
And then they were like, "Hey, you got a problem?"
Yeah, I was like, "What you looking at, Bob?" And it's like, "Oh, I shouldn't be looking at these."
I shouldn't be looking at them.
Nope.
Sorry, Dito.
Keep
I
moving.
thought you were about to tell me like the like you said it was a street that like divided Chinatown and Little Italy, and like they came out with pasta, and like the other guys came out with Chinese food, like traded
Lo
it.
mein.
No, they
It's
just
like,
like
here you
traded.
go.
It's a piece.
We'll take
It's a
that
piece.
one. Here's a pizza.
I got you a cannoli.
I got you a slice from Tony's. It's pretty good.
Well, thanks for joining us again. Again, I just wanted to send out just an appreciation for all of our viewers, people checking out our Spotify, our YouTube. Now we got Trey's live stream coming up. We're working on Tyler's bit and Trey's frustration with his live stream.
So pissed off.
Get in there in the comments. It's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just streaming Castlevania, and I beat a boss, and before I could grab the orb to beat the level, like a ceiling thing fell on me, and I died.
you got
And
killed by
then
a ceiling tile.
tried to beat the boss again, and died. Game over. And was like, and done.
That's just poor craftsmanship in that game. Is what I'm hearing.
Hey, it ain't over till the fat lady sings, right?
Yeah.
She was singing.
Oh man, but yeah. So our YouTube stuff is coming on. We got a couple of new subscribers over the weekend, and super thankful
Welcome.
for coming out and hanging out with us. So this is our third week now going into spooky season as we run into the better half of October. And so the first week I think we did the thing where we talked about, okay, what's like a fun or have you guys ever, not fun, have you guys ever had like a supernatural or creepy, you know,
What's a fun time you thought you were
story?
going to die?
Yeah, what was that? Let's bring up
Was it
all this
exciting?
trauma. Yeah. But this time I thought, you know what might be even a little better? Let's talk about this. Have you guys ever had a time where, depending on where you were, you know, and I was debating what to call this segment, but I'm going to call it this: that you had to use a terrifying bathroom situation, and I thought we would call it spooky dookie, or like maybe I can do it with this. We can do this. Spooky dookies. No, that didn't work. Okay, the monster setting on this didn't work. So
That's probably because I broke it.
We were playing with the board before we started.
This is why Matt
Now
doesn't
it's
let us play
broken.
with the board.
Yeah. That's it. You guys, you're not allowed to touch it anymore.
No, okay.
Go sit in a corner.
Okay.
Yeah, no, so I'll give you an example. So, like, we went camping one time. I'm not a camping person. I'm really not.
That's
guy.
weird because you're Native American.
I know. I should be totally about being out there, but I'm really not. I'm like, let's get back in the teepee. and with the AC, I don't want to do it. So we went camping like in Central Florida.
Wait, you can't throw TP around like that.
I can't?
Because
Why?
nobody knows what TP you're talking about. We just covered that you're Native American. You could be talking about your house. You could be talking about the paper in the bathroom.
Oh, I guess, yeah. TP. Yeah,
it's
people
a
do
teepee.
use that. Yeah, it's a teepee. I'm in a house, like a tent. All right?
Oh, okay, so you meant the cool one.
Yeah, I meant the good one. Yeah. Not like the toilet paper. What are you
You're talking about spooky dookies.
We got some spooky dokies. Oh man! So we were camping in Central Florida, and they had this bathroom, and I was like, okay, this is cool. So the first time we showed up, we pull up, and I was like, there's nice facilities, and I was like, thank God. All right,
Yeah.
There's lights, there's doors, there's AC in there and stuff. Because I've had some really bad moments when like I went to other countries, and they're like, oh yeah, where's the bathroom? And they're like, you see that little like cardboard box over there behind the tree? Yeah, that's the bathroom. But so we pull up, and I'm like, great, this is it. And they're like, okay, let's go to our campsite. I'm like, hey, but the bathroom's right there. Where's our campsite? They're like, oh, we got to drive. And I was like, but it's okay. So we got in the car, we drove. It's maybe like 500 yards away from this. So I'm like, in an emergency situation or middle of the night situation, there's no way
Bo
I'm walking.
Jackson running
Yeah.
down.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna make it.
No. So like we pull up, and like it turned into that nightmare situation where it's like, okay, this is our campsite, and they're like, okay, where's the bathroom? And it's like this cement shed over like kinda in the rough. Like you kind of have to go through some ferns and a little path over there. And I was like, oh great, this is horrifying. So I went over there just to check it out, and it's literally like this metal canister, like this big like I mean it was at least the size almost of a manhole, like that you find on the road, and you'd have to lift it up, and then that's just your business. That's it. There's no.
It's like an old school outhouse.
Yeah. There's no seat. There's no, and then it's just a hole, and God, you can't see down in the bottom of that. And this is like Florida wilderness.
Yep.
And so, sure enough, dude, I tried to do my best to like get it all out before nighttime came. I had a problem in the middle of the night. I was like, God, I gotta go. I'm not about to like, do this near the campsite. I'm gonna try to use the facility. I almost thought of stealing the van. I really did. I was like, I'm trying to.
Should have.
Oh, I should have, but I couldn't find the guy who had the keys. So I go over and I use it, and it was the most terrifying, unsettling experience to think that, because it's pitch black, there's no light, and you're just going into a hole in the middle of the ground, and it was terrifying. So that's my spooky dookie story.
That sounds rough. I don't think you should have gone first.
Get someone else. Get someone else. Go check that out. See what happens.
When I started my job, I drive over 100 miles a day normally.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. When I was training to learn to do this job, I had to train with the guy who did it before me. So we rode together for 3 months.
Wow.
And part of the training was there's a clean bathroom there. Oh, now that we're over here, there's a clean bathroom there.
Okay.
And it's a single stall, so it's
Important part of the
lockable.
training.
Like, Oh, it's huge.
Yes.
It's huge. Especially since at the government building that we go to when we drive, all the truckers that were like delivering cargo or taking cargo out of the port would stop to use the bathroom. So it's like, you can't even think about going in the hallway there, because you could. It's like, oh, geez.
You shouldn't use the bathroom in the hallway.
That's what I'm saying.
Usually frowned upon.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you go into this long hallway, and the bathroom's like way down there,
You
and
can
it's
smell
like,
it like the closer you
good
get to
God, that's terrible. So then finally they went paperless, and the truckers don't have to take their stuff there anymore, so they don't stop. So it's the nicest, cleanest bathroom now. It's such it's
really
a godsend.
Oh,
especially
man.
since most of the bathrooms that he pointed out, I guess, were new or were clean when he did the job. One of them, he's like, that West Marine has a good bathroom, and so one day I really had to pee, and I'm like, oh, I'm going in that West Marine. I'm right here. I went in. I'm like, this is not a clean bathroom. This is not a clean bathroom. This is probably the grossest bathroom.
We need to update the map. We need to update the map.
This one's X'd off.
I actually saw there's an app in San Francisco where they map out where where people have seen human shit on the floor.
Yes.
And
What?
Yeah. It's an app.
So it's like it looks like Snapchat,
or like the ways of poop. Like the ways
like
app.
when you see like the little meme people on Snapchat.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the first day they took it live, it crashed because it was just covered in poop.
Ew, dude, that's gross.
And it's human poop.
Ew.
Yeah, they got a problem.
Yeah.
Those poor people.
Oh man.
And
yeah.
I'm like in the medical field, and I'm like, nope. Like,
Don't want to touch that.
like, dude, I work in orthopedic surgery. Like
You've seen some
blood,
things,
whatever. And I'm just like, people are like, that patient might have pooped himself. I'm like, nurse, help.
Father help.
You might need to get used to that though. You got a baby on the way now.
Yeah, I feel like baby is different.
It's different.
A little different,
when it's your helpless child.
I hope so.
If you just call that Father help.
Yeah, no. Wife help.
She's gonna get real tired of that.
We're gonna have to check back in with you on that after the first
everything
diaper.
else.
Sweet.
Everything. I'll cook. I'll clean.
I
just don't want to touch the poop.
Yeah.
Just don't let me do it. Yeah, certainly having kids, you start really either you're super bothered by it and slowly that pitches off, like it starts diving, but then otherwise. Or you're like aren't bothered by it, and then your kid starts proving like why, like
you were bothered by it.
Yeah, you should be. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I hope it's not either you're bothered by it or you're excited to be dealing with it.
We're super excited.
Here's the two options.
Yeah.
You're like,
I gotta tighten this. My camera keeps like, sorry.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you another story. One time I was giving my kid a bath, and she went in the tub.
Okay.
Like literally, like got started. I turned around, came back. Yep, there was a floater, and I was just like, I literally froze, like just panic froze. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. And I just thought to myself, okay, we'll just get a new baby. It's fine.
Not a new bathtub.
You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
And then I came to my senses and I was like, oh yeah, okay, God, all right, now I know what to do. So just like drain that and then took her out, took her to mom and put her in the shower. Yeah, threw her out. No. And then I mean just bleached. Like when I got done with it, like my hands were burning. They were just solid white.
At least it wasn't in the pool.
Yeah,
that's got to be worse.
That's happened. I've been to pools.
Take care of that junk.
We're at a pool.
I mean, once somebody fishes it out with the net, which is terrible.
It's just a Butterfinger. Caddyshack.
What is it? Ted Lasso where he's like, you don't need a Butterfinger if it's given to you by
the bully of poop in a wrapper.
There's a really high chance that all he did was poop in a Butterfinger
wrapper. Rumor is somebody ate it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's in the show.
In the show.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to go watch that.
That is a very funny show.
Highly recommend.
Yeah.
10
you got
out
a
of
story?
10.
You got anything? Or
I feel like one most people could relate to is like every time you had to crap in high school, it was like, no,
I'm going home.
I was like, not now.
Mom, I'm sick.
I'm walking out. I'm not doing this.
Help. Mother, help.
Why is that though? Why is that anytime we try to go to the bathroom at school, everyone's just like, he's taking a shit.
Yeah.
And like ring the bell, and everyone's just like, it's him.
Yeah, it becomes the most packed bathroom, and you're like, why are there 900 people in here?
Go home.
Not only that, but kids are savages, and they just go do like, hey, where can I pee that's not the toilet?
Well, I don't know. I don't understand like
Animals.
people's fascination with like not peeing in the toilet. Like what? Like whenever like I get a little bit on the seat, I'm like, no, gotta wipe it off. Damn it! Like no, they're gonna know it was me.
They're gonna. I do have that fear. Yeah, I do have that fear of like walking out and someone immediately goes to walk in and they're just like, Jesus Christ!
That's like the worst.
No.
Like when you're at a party and like you go in after the person who pooped, but like they're all gonna think it's you.
Yeah.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
You walk out like that wasn't me, and they're like, oh sure,
oh yeah,
sure,
but
sure, but wasn't you? Eh?
He who denied it supplied it.
Ooh, how about the horror of like you're at your friend's house bathroom or a party bathroom and it backs up and there's
never done that
plunger.
I have backed up a toilet,
Thank
but
God.
I've never done it like in a party setting.
At a party,
like I've walked out and been like, dude, do you have a plunger? I use too much toilet paper, and they're like, oh yeah,
right,
totally,
yeah. No, yeah.
And then you're just like, oh yeah, boop, and then it's gone.
Cool. I'm just not going to be invited back to this anymore. I'll see you guys around.
Too bad you didn't have Lurch to clean it up for you.
That's a good segment. But do you have anything to share with that, or are you?
Well, I've told the story on the podcast before when I was driving home and I almost like borderline pooped myself like at volleyball. But no, I don't remember like a specific bathroom,
like a
off
terrible
the top of my head,
bathroom. No,
but I do remember that in college I had it like mapped out on campus. Like
where you could go.
Like that's a good bathroom.
Yep, I did the same thing.
That's another one.
Yeah,
that's
the ones that are unlocked.
Yeah,
that you
the
can
ones
get
that
to
are
on a
unlocked.
bench.
Where like if you're walking home like from the bar at like 1:30 in the morning, you're like that bathroom be open.
Yeah, that's the one. Oh, to the Mario run.
Yeah.
It's like you get the star.
Yeah, the P wing comes out, and your hands, your hands go out.
Got this belly out, full arms extended. Yep,
That's
that's
just
right.
how I walk home from the bar.
What?
Belly
That's just
out.
how I walk home from the bar.
Arms
Belly
extended.
out, arms extended.
He just goes starfish and lets people carry him home.
Because you never mind.
Lurch.
No.
We're not going to say that.
We need Lurch. No. So that's a great segment. That brings us to today's episode. We're talking about Addams Family, 1991, baby. This one for me, like it's just cool.
Yeah.
Like it's just this could be one of those movies that if it's just on, I'll like have to stop and have to think, okay, what's going on? What part is this? Because like all the humor in it is hilarious, and it's so like left field. Like it comes at you like their setups and their punchlines are completely unexpected. And I forget what that's called. That's a certain style of comedy where they'll do that, where it's like, oh yeah, what, like, okay, here's the setup, here's the punchline, and the joke would be, okay, throw out the baby or change the baby or something like that. And they'll be like, oh no, I just threw it out and I'll make another kid, like whatever. Like, yeah. And that's like most of Addams Family stuff. So I loved watching this one again, and my kids loved watching it again. So we had a good time. But
everything is so contrarian.
Yeah,
they all want to be, whatever is the opposite of the way it should be is how it is.
I hadn't seen it in like a really long time, and never did I think it was a bad movie. I just didn't realize like how good it was. The effects hold up pretty well, like throughout, and then like the whole. I forgot that Christopher Lloyd was Uncle Fester.
I'm right there with you. Yeah. I was surprised when I was like, "Wow, Christopher Lloyd! Oh my gosh!"
And I was like,
Christopher Lloyd.
I was like,
Floyd.
Well, you because he's Fester. I get it.
Fister for Lord.
Sure.
Whoa. Hold on. Yeah. Where is that one?
No, let's not.
I'll do it later. Okay. All right.
We're going to be talking like demons again.
We might break it. Yeah.
I already broke it.
Oh, my God.
My bad. Yeah. My bad.
But you're right. Yeah, the effects do hold up. I do love. So I think the movie sets itself up perfectly in the opening scene. Is like it's carolers. And so I technically count this as like a Christmas movie.
They just threw those carolers in there for the gag, though.
You nailed that, though. We were talking about it like either last week or the week before. I don't remember if it was when we were doing Ernest or if when we were doing
Hocus
Pocus. But we were talking about doing Addams Family later on in the month, and you're like, yeah, but it's technically a Christmas movie. And I was like, no. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I think it ends on Halloween. And so that's why I'm like, okay, it's a Christmas movie. Because we open up, there's carolers, and they're singing beautifully. They're in front of this big Victorian era kind of house. And then it just slowly pans up, and then it gives you the most badass like beat drop that and it's them pouring a cauldron of hot oil they're all on the roof together. They're like high-fiving each other. The kids are excited about it.
I couldn't figure out hot thing in that scene why the carolers were singing looking away from the house.
Yeah, I guess for camera value.
Yeah, that's the only reason that makes any sense.
They knew they were being filmed.
Yeah, because those carolers come like they sing at you.
Yeah. I wish that happened to me one time. We were at our house. You remember our house on 80th Street? So there was a big window right next to the front door that you could see into like 80% of the living room and like 20% of the kitchen. And I used to sit in the kitchen and watch this little TV. And then one Christmas Eve or whatever, Christmas weekend or something like that, these carolers came by. And like I was like, hey, and I opened the door. I'm like 10. I'm like, hi, and like I'm there, like kind of in my PJs, and they're like, hey, we're gonna sing for you. And I'm like, please don't. And I kept like, hey, I kept calling my dad, like, Dad, please come here. Please. And like I realized our house wasn't that big. He heard
Of course he did.
Yeah. He specifically
he heard them say we want to sing for you. And he was like, guy, well, you open the door.
He was like
left me.
Yeah.
He abandoned me.
Just shut the lights off and leave.
Matt goes into his parents' room and his dad's under the bed with 2 pillows. Like, no,
I'm not doing it. Not anymore.
He's just taking his clothes off. Like, well, I'll go answer the door this time. They won't want to be here anymore.
Oh God, they sang like 3 songs and I'm just standing there with the door open staring at them as 10 years old like, great.
You got to live in that kind of place.
Oh my God.
Miami is not that kind of place.
No, it's really not. Yeah, but so you said about the special effects, they hold up. The first image we get is with the Thing, and I think throughout the rest of the movie, like I was like, okay, this is still impressive. Yeah, for like first of all, a detached hand running around and it not being like disgusting in some way. Like, you're like, oh, this isn't gross. This is fun.
His skincare routine is just off the charts.
It's immaculate.
He's no hangnails, not a chip.
He's probably a hand
not
actor.
A blister.
He's probably a hand actor.
Yes.
You gotta stay
hand model. He keeps him in those like glass
found
orb.
My hand twin.
Yes. Yes. I will say at the beginning of the movie, the only thing that actually bothered me, really out of the whole movie, is how there's probably a minute and a half of credits with nothing but the words and the like weird Addams Family music going on in the background. It's not even the song.
Yeah.
It's not even that. And I'm like, well, why are we still doing this? Normally they do like a little bit at the beginning and then they get it rolling.
Reminds me of Men in Black.
Still
I feel like Men in Black does that too, where you follow like that fly around.
Oh yeah, for like half an hour.
But at least you're following the fly. This is literally just a black screen with the white lettering coming up. And it's very strange.
Smoke coming through it. No.
Yeah.
And you're like,
but
I know some
that's
of
when
these
it goes
words.
into thing. I know some
of these words.
Right. Oh, okay. That's when it goes into the thing running.
I didn't catch that. Yeah. No, but I mean, it sets up really well. Like it's always like, okay, here's the problem. Fester's been missing for 25 years, and every year for 25 years,
do a seance.
They do a seance to try to get them together. But I think like one of the best, like, okay, it totally sets up that this is the humor of the movie. Is right off the bat, Morticia is laying in bed, and he's like, I would kill for her, I would die for her, either way. What bliss?
Yeah, exactly.
And she opens his eyes, and she's like, "Unhappy, darling." And she's like, "Yes,
always,
completely." Oh my god! So many of these jokes from these. I mean, best bits for you guys, because it's hard to pick one because I think the whole movie is just structured so well that it's joke.
My favorite part is when they do the play.
Oh yes,
that's awesome. Mine is kind of subtle where. There's a scene where they're sitting down to dinner, and Fester he's kind of on the fence now. He's a little bit he's unsure about this now, where he's no longer just there for the money, like what the whole movie is about, where he's trying to steal their money from them with his weirdo mother. Yeah. But Wednesday asks for the butter, and Morticia says, "What do we say?"
What was it, salt?
She says, or salt.
Salt, yeah.
What do we say? Now. And her delivery as a 10-year-old is phenomenal. She's so good. But getting to my favorite part, Pugsley walks in carrying a stop sign. and what's his name? Gomez stops everybody, and they listen, and there's this horrific car crash, and they're like, "Bravo, Pugsley! Hey! Come back!" And then my favorite part of that is later in the movie, they're sitting in Pugsley's room.
Yeah.
And it's covered in stop signs. There's so many on poles, not on poles. This kid just walks around causing havoc.
Stealing street signs.
Fantastic.
It reminds me of the one you had back in the playroom, actually. I was just like, I wonder if
we got that during a hurricane. We did not steal that.
Yes. Hurricane Andrew.
In case anyone's listening, in the statute of limitations on that.
We actually talked to the cop when we took it, because it was like part of this. It was in a pile on the ground, and it had 2 signs for Galloway, huge, huge thoroughfare down here, and they were wrong because it's Galloway Road or Galloway Avenue.
Yeah, okay.
It's Galloway Road.
So it was technically incorrect.
But
so
it's an Avenue Road.
It's an avenue
on the sign, so they couldn't use them.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's 87th Avenue. And it might be Galloway Road.
Yeah, and you got that. Was that during Andrew?
Yeah.
Yeah, after Andrew.
Okay, yeah.
That's why that stop sign looks older than dirt. Like all the red is like peeling off of it. Pretty soon.
It's from the damage from the hurricane.
Yeah, pretty soon it's just going to be like a primer. It's going to say op.
I did think it was weird too how when Gomez goes out and he's hitting the golf balls off of thing's
fingers,
and it's going into the neighbor's house,
the judge's house.
The judge,
yeah.
But he's sitting at what looks like a dinner table.
He's eating like Fruit Loops,
right? Yeah. But he's upstairs.
It's upstairs. Yeah.
Whose dinner table's upstairs?
I don't know. This guy
for the bit.
It's for the bit. It is. Did it all for the bit, baby.
Oh man, but he could have been doing a lot of things. Like, but it is weird that his breakfast table was on the second floor.
Be happy that we only caught him eating cereal upstairs.
That's when the camera
could have gone.
Oh my gosh,
that is a good callback later in the movie though, and like they basically
lose everything.
Well, they take the house from him because they set it up that Fester's character is the older Addams, so he basically was keeping everything that wasn't his. And then,
well, he would inherit it,
right? And so he gets the judge to basically be a crooked.
I think
judge,
there's a conflict of interest there.
Yeah, he's
I
like,
believe that
these all belong to you, and he has like an entire like bucket full of Gomez's golf balls.
Oh my gosh! Well, you said about the play scene.
Oh, it's freaking hilarious!
The school play,
just that whole setup to that, like because. The first setup to it is that's when Fester like really starts to like being Fester and not being Anthony. It's Anthony, right?
Oh wow, that just left me. Gordon, sorry.
Gordon. Yeah. So Okay, but quick rundown of that. Gordon is Christopher Lloyd's character, and he looks identical to Fester. And there's this crooked lawyer who owes them money. They're con artists.
Totally.
And actually, that's a pretty funny part at the beginning of the movie when he like pins him to the wall and like turns him like a clock.
Turns him, yeah.
And like, stuff like starts falling out of his pockets.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the mom sends him there because Gomez is like an idiot because he's like super trusting and he really wants his brother back. And so, but he starts to like teach the kids. They're doing this fencing scene. They're practicing for their school play. And he's like, no, have you ever killed anyone before?
And what's Wednesday say?
Wednesday's like, we're 10.
Yeah, he's a child.
He's only a child.
Yeah, that's no excuse.
You go for the jugular.
So
Oh
he's
my
like,
God.
so they're reading like this anatomy book about like scabs, scars, and wounds, and they're like, scabs.
Then let's go to the next chapter, children. And they're all like, scabs.
Yeah.
So excited.
So he builds them this like these fake appendages, and he fills them with like pressurized water, red water,
Gallons.
so much.
Yeah.
So when they're in the play, instead of just like fake running the sword through, they're like lopping off limbs, and these things are just spraying the entire audience.
And when it ends,
Yeah, and when it ends, like everybody's just sitting there deadpan,
covered
and
in
covered
fake
in
blood.
red fake blood.
Yeah.
And finally, Gomez and all of them stand up like, bravo!
Yeah, that's the best. How they just shoot up out of their seats.
But the best is when, the other favorite part of that scene is when Morticia meets Wednesday's teacher.
Oh, yeah.
And
okay.
she's like, I'm concerned about Wednesday. We had them put on the bulletin board their heroes. She's like, this girl chose the president. And
Yeah.
Morticia's like, great.
Oh,
And
cool.
then she's like,
And like the
Oh.
first lady. Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
And then
Oh.
she's like, oh, and they chose this person because,
Yeah.
and she's like, and I'm assuming you're spoken with their parents.
Yeah.
Like, she's like concerned for
That's
them.
the problem.
And
Right.
then it's one of her great aunts, and it's like this picture of her being burned at this
Yeah.
stake. And Morticia's like, she was an inspiration.
Yeah.
She ran naked through the town, and she was burned at the stake
Yeah.
for being a witch.
An enslaved a minister.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
enslaved a minister.
And we don't worry. We've talked to Wednesday.
Yeah.
We told
College
her
first.
college first. And I love that, like what you were saying when she's saying the other kids had chosen the president and the first lady.
Yeah.
And this doctor, and the way Morticia's responding, she's like,
No.
oh,
Yeah.
oh, it's like this grave concern
Yeah,
in
it's
her
like,
voice.
it's like, oh, I see why you're talking to me.
I mean,
her.
what's the actress?
Which one? The for Morticia?
Yeah,
She looks like Cher.
Angelica.
Oh, help me. Yeah, it's Angelica.
Morticia always looks like Cher
let's
to me.
see.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
she does. Yeah. Keep going.
But she, the delivery of every actor in this movie, from
Gomez to
Gomez all the way to the mother that plays,
and Christina Ricci. Yeah. All
that's
the
what
way
I'm
down.
saying.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
only one who gets shafted, and a little bit in both movies, is Pugsley, and it's only because he doesn't have a lot of lines.
Yeah, he barely has any lines.
Everybody loved Wednesday so much that he kind of gets shuffled. But his delivery on the ones that he does have is perfect.
You know who
for
he
his
reminds me
character.
of? Like, have you seen Shrek the Third?
Oh, like do the roar.
The little kid's like,
That
do the roar.
kid.
I love you, daddy.
You know what the grossest part of the movie to me is?
Which one?
There's the little kid that when they go into the play scene.
Oh, and the mom's like cleaning his
Dude,
face.
Yes. And that's the same kid that almost gets gored by Dr. Grant in Jurassic Park.
Oh,
by the
yes.
Velociraptor
He's
claw.
got
It's
the
like,
claw.
this kid's just going to get messed with
So
in the
that-
90s. By,
That was consecutive
by
years.
adults. Yeah. It's true.
That's it, man. That kid was working. He had a great. I mean, he's
Yeah.
in Addams Family and Jurassic Park. I mean, that's and then
true.
he wasn't in a whole lot after that. I actually looked him
Not
up.
that I know of, yeah.
But who did get?
Oh,
but
you
like,
did look him up?
Yeah, I looked him up. But like he
Christina
had,
Ricci,
she's done amazing. But but that kid, anyways, in that scene, he had a little smudge of something on his nose, and this mother
dude.
takes out a napkin and just like
so gross.
full and rubs it on his face. And God, I keep wondering, was there a cut scene between like
I really hope.
to letting her then rub it on his? Oh, just what I couldn't do
The way
it.
everyone in the scene acted, there wasn't, but man,
Yeah.
I hope so.
no,
Man,
but
I
even
could-
Morticia was like, poor child.
Yes, yes. The one who's supposed to be like, "Oh, good job," because she's weird about it. She's
Yeah.
like, "No, not
Dude, the
weird
one,
about that."
just the way those two kids interact with each other, like
Yeah.
how like Wednesday walks through the house at one point when they're trying to figure out if Fester's real or not. She's carrying this giant butcher knife. Morticia's like, "Is that for your brother?" And she's like, "Yes." And she's like, "Give it to me."
Yeah,
And then she
No.
reaches up and pulls off like a scythe.
Yeah.
She's
It's like a medieval axe.
Yeah, and
It
Wesley
really
is
is.
like, It's like the biggest smile she gets in the whole movie.
Well, when she comes in and when she has him in the electric chair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's got it all charged up and she's getting ready to throw the last
She's
switch.
like, I'm going to electrocute him.
And she says, "What are you doing?" We're just playing Is There a God?
We're going to be late.
And she's, we got to go now. And she's, please. And even Pugsley is like, come on.
Yeah, are
please.
they like immortal? Like,
Yeah.
Seems
because
to
like
be.
Okay, so that gets into the lore. I've heard different theories about the Addams Family lore, about what the rules around them is that they're somehow cursed or blessed that they,
depending on your
point of view, that they cannot kill or harm the other. And so that's why death...
Oh, so like the Addams can't hurt other Addams?
An Addams family member cannot kill or hurt another Addams family. Like, and so that's why like death and like all this like kind of...
is like foreign to them. Because,
because or fun to them.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, that's like the experience.
Unless it's like one of their ancestors, the like angry mob, or
can they kill other people?
It seems like they can, because at the end of the movie, they suggest that Tully and the mother
get buried alive. Well, they don't kill him; they just bury him alive.
They just got buried alive.
There's the scene
where they fall in the grave, and Pugsley goes, "Are they dead?" And then Wednesday goes, "Does it matter?"
Doesn't matter.
But yeah, there's the scene where when they're flashing back through the movies, the reel-to-reels with Fester and Gomez.
Oh right,
and.
Like dynamite.
Yeah, he's taking like the dynamite out with those other kids. And it's like, well, like I don't think they can kill other people either. It seems like,
yeah, it just seems like they can do whatever they want, and there's like no consequence to their to their mortal
which is fun.
actions.
I mean, it's like that's what makes the movie fun.
It's almost like a cartoon, like a live action cartoon, like Looney Tunes.
One part that I think might have bothered you is when Lurch torches the Native American statue.
Oh, I did thought that was funny though. Yeah, I was like, "Hey, buddy, that's drawing a line there.
That's not okay. That's not okay."
That's actually two of my favorite parts in the movie is when they get Fester is the technical heir to the thing, and the judge,
and they kick him out.
They kick him out of the house, and so they're staying at like a
motel, like a dungy motel,
and they're all trying to do their best to make money and stuff. And Gomez is he's completely disheartened,
depressed.
He's sitting in the chair and things like massaging his head, and Morticia,
he's eating Fritos.
Yeah. And Morticia comes up with the idea. Well, two things from it. So he's watching daytime television. There used to be a show called Sally Jesse,
baby,
and she's interviewing people who are like in the occult. And he calls in, and his face, Raul Julia, the way he plays this movie, he goes, his face lights up, and he like Sally. They pick up and they go, he goes, "Hello, Sally." Yes. And Sally's like, "Please, Mr. Adams. Stop calling.
Stop calling.
We don't know
where they meet. Yeah." And he's all upset and slams the phone. He's like, "God damn." And then the other part, Morticia's like, "Hey, Gomez, how about let's go for a drive? Just like cheer him up, the whole family together." And he goes, "A drive? And Miss Gilligan?"
Dude, I'm telling you, the acting in this movie
is really good.
So good, especially him.
Yes.
Even Lurch is really good.
God bless Raul Julia.
You know, he like made a whole career. He did like musical numbers as Lurch, and he had like a single and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure all he says is "you rang" or whatever,
or just that. I love in the cartoons they used to go. He used to go like, yeah.
What? Oh, geez.
Well, the other best bit I had from that was they're in the motel. And the granny is running around going, "Here, kitty, 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 kitty." And you see her run by the window with a bat. And, "Here, kitty, 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 kitty." And then she pops back in and she goes, "Dinner's going to be late." And then she goes, "Here, doggy, doggy, doggy." Or puppy, puppy, puppy. And she's chasing a dog. And it's, oh, God, dude. It's those little like side jokes that you like the second or third time you watch it. You're like, that's
if you're not paying attention, there's so much in this movie that you'll miss.
Yeah. There's a part where, like they're making noise upstairs, and like everybody in the house is kind of like looking around to see what the noise is, and it cuts to the grandma, and she's like cooking or whatever, and the book that she has open is called Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy and The Joy of Cooking. Yeah, so she's drinking both for reference.
I saw it was hilarious. It was called Grey's Anatomy.
Well, isn't that the medical book?
Yeah, that's the
big medical
journal.
Yeah,
but I just like
she's reading the medical journal and the Joy of Cooking to combine the two.
But like, there's a lot of medical journals. Like, there's a bunch of them. So it's just funny that
that's like the famous one. Like that's the show now.
Yeah.
Okay. But the sets, the backdrops of all of these scenes are so good. With like when they're going into the vault, with Gomez and Fester, and he reaches up and grabs the chains, I've always wanted to go into that room. Just start grabbing at chains.
Where they go.
Yeah, because they never die or anything. They always come out like.
Well, remember he's an Addams, so he can.
But the other two don't die either.
The other two,
yeah, and I think that's kind of the fun of the fun of this movie and of the Addams Family Values is that like it's weirdly dangerous and there's high risk because like okay. He's throwing knives at people's heads like constantly. Yeah, any opportunity you get, there's a knife coming out of your head. Yeah, but like there's still some weird like realm of safety. Like there's a safety net around them that like they never mortally wound or hurt. Like the most is he gets scratched by his sword at the end. Like when Tully scratches.
Oh, that's one for
Gomez,
Tully,
and it's like one for you,
Mr. Tully.
Yeah. But that whole scene. That actually, I have one problem with that scene. What the hell is up with the music when they're going down the slide?
Oh, like
do you remember that?
Like the creepy carnival music?
Yeah,
or whatever
it's like
that's going on.
You want to come with me? And then cherry tree, and something about a cherry tree, and then run down my room.
It's like that old school like patty cake rhyme that people used to do in elementary school.
But like creepy.
It's so bizarre, and that felt weirdly out of place. But I guess they're like, well, this would be
sliding
boring.
them back into their childhood.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Because that's where they get down there. That's what the room is.
They're
all
going
about.
to the super secret room
because he thinks that it's like they're going to go look at the treasure, and that's
which he ends up finding.
Gomez's treasure is their past together before he ruined it.
Well, the gold's in there too. If you pick up the big brandy.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Exactly.
I love how he's like looking for it. He's like, but first, and like Fester's looking at him, and he's like, a brandy, and he's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. What is special about this? Your first cigar.
Yeah.
No. I was smoking since I was 9.
Mother insisted. I was 5.
Mother insisted.
Mother insisted. It's those little jokes.
Oh, then when he's convinced now that Fester's an impostor. An impostore. And he's screaming all this stuff, and Fester leaves, and he's talking to his mother, and when it cuts back, he's still screaming different words about him being an imposter. But he's naming things like, because he gets all upset, and he goes down and father's playing with his trains.
Oh yeah.
And the train car goes by, and there's an actual dude.
That's what it is. That's the scene that she's reading the book. It's the train scene.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's an actual guy sitting in the car, and he's looking out the window.
Miniatures.
And Gomez goes by. That's the director.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah.
I think it's one of the best director cameos I've ever seen.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
That's like on par with like a Stan Lee cameo.
Yes.
In a Marvel movie.
Oh, dude, that's the best when he in Spider-Man. When Spider-Man
he's driving the bus
is fighting Killer Croc in The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And they're destroying the entire library behind him, and he's got the huge cans on. And he's just sitting there. It's like the whole room behind him is going crazy. That's got to be my favorite one.
We should do a list of like brilliant director cameos.
There's people that have done there's people that have ranked the Marvel movies by Stan Lee cameo.
Oh, really? That makes sense to me. I kind of wanted to talk a little about like the family dynamic of this because honestly, when I was watching it, I was like, this is actually a really healthy family.
Yeah.
Like they're all really supportive, loving, like they're trying to figure out if someone has a problem. Okay, let's solve it. Let's talk about it. And I was just like, is this the healthiest?
Like, their whole lineage.
Yeah.
Like, they know the history of every even when she's because Morticia has the feeling that he's an imposter.
An impostore.
But she catches him coming out of because he goes by in the tube when she's in Pugsley and Wednesdays.
Rough night, Fester.
Yeah, and he's laying on the ground. He like spits a fish out. But then she walks him through the graveyard, and they start discussing the past. And then there's the vulture that was his.
Yeah,
he wouldn't circle.
He wouldn't circle. Yeah. He wouldn't even
peck. He missed you. That's how important you are to this family, Fester.
Right.
And but yeah, then you kind of get that feeling like Fester starting to get that feeling like he wants to be a part of this family. And there's an interesting thing that I learned where when the script was originally brought, it doesn't work. It doesn't end the way it's like the way it ends.
Oh, really?
The ending was different.
How'd it end?
Where he doesn't turn out to be Fester.
Mm.
He just gets accepted by the family as an Addams, and that they love him that much. And the cast got together and decided they needed to approach them about changing it and convince them to change it. And they sent Christina Ricci and a 10-year-old little girl.
Yeah, but just
Very
deadpan
to go argue the point that they needed to change it. And I think it's like one of the best decisions ever. I think the end of that movie is awesome.
Spoiler for a 1991 movie. He's Fester.
Yeah. Yeah. If you haven't caught on by now, we're not holding back.
He actually
spoilers.
is Fester, yeah.
Yeah, he gets struck by lightning at the very end of the movie.
Through the book.
Through the book, yeah.
It was Hurricane Helga?
No, it's The Nightmare from Above or whatever is the book he opens. Because you can. So the books in Gomez's library are like literal, almost like the page master. Like Gomez is the librarian.
It's true. I didn't even
Christopher
bring
Lloyd's in
that
that too.
Oh my god.
Maybe that's where it came from.
No, that's why the book came alive because the page master was holding the book.
Oh, that's it.
But I do like the part in those movies where the lawyer, the scumbaggy lawyer, is trying to find what book it is that opens the. It's the Greed book, by the way.
Yeah.
But and he pulls one of the books out, and it's Gone with the Wind, and he opens it, and it's just like. And his face is there. But later in the movie, when he comes up with like his evil plan to get the house away from them, they walk in and he's reading a book called like Something in Paradise, and he's just sitting there, and there's sun on his face, and she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm relaxing,
catching some rays." Yeah. So with them and their family dynamic, I thought it was absolutely like just hilarious how like they're all just so accepting of like each other's like their faults and their weirdness, but when they accept Tully's wife. Into it
as cousin It's new like girlfriend.
Yeah. Well, I think don't we find out in Family Values too that they have 3 of their own now, and they're all 3 little hairballs. Like
I haven't seen Family Values.
In their mouth.
I haven't watched it since back in the day, but definitely need to because it's even it's even better. Like it's debatable for me which one's better. I think the story, the plot as a whole in Family Values is better, but I think they kind of press too many jokes.
Oh, okay.
In the second movie where they're trying to cash in, they're trying to keep that spirit rolling, and they don't let the set pieces and them just kind of live in the set as much, which is the only drawback from the first to the second movie, because they start the second movie off and immediately tell you the tone of this has not changed. Like the Addamses are the same crazy, kooky, altogether spooky family that they've always been.
Oh man!
But yeah, they're fantastic. Like that, and the acting is so good.
Let's talk about Raul Julia for a second, man. That guy was a gift. He really was. In everything, in the fact that like his last movie though was Street Fighter is kind of hard to.
Yeah, but he's the best character in that movie.
Yeah, he is
by far.
Baron, or is it Baron? Sorry,
Bison.
Not Bison. M. Bison. Excuse me, my video game lore is off. But but with Raul Julia, apparently when he died of a heart attack, but apparently he had stomach cancer.
Yeah,
before
from what I understand, he was real sick.
And either his son or his grandson wanted him to do Street Fighter, so that's why he did it for his Bison.
Kids.
Oh man, because he started getting recognized after Addams Family came out. He started getting recognized on the street by kids, and just the dude that he would go into full character and
That's
just
crazy.
My mustache,
stay with them, and entertain them and just be hilarious. Like so many people have accounts. I saw this Reddit blog about like I met Raul Julia when I was like 6. And after Addams Family, and he was the nicest, sweetest dude. So yeah,
that's fantastic.
I mean, legends rest in peace. And that's
it's really funny, like that you mentioned Street Fighter, because he has a great line in that movie where he's talking to Chun-Li.
Oh yeah,
and like the lore in Street Fighter is that Bison killed Chun-Li's dad. Like she's like an Interpol cop, and so he's like
Interpol.
She's like well, it's Street Fighter. It could be something else.
Mm-hmm. She likes swimming pools.
She's like
covering the pools.
She's like, you killed my father, and he's like, I know that the day that I came to your village was the most important day of your life, but to Bison, it was Tuesday.
Yeah. It's so good, man. He's so good.
The Mamushka scene.
Oh my gosh.
That whole party scene is phenomenal.
I love that. Yes,
good.
It really is.
Yeah.
What are the twins? Flora and
Fauna.
Yeah.
What's her last name? I can't remember.
But they're conjoined twins.
Yes.
Yeah. But in the picture, in
they're separate in his room. So
in his room, it looks like they're 2 separate pictures.
And
so
even
then,
in the flashback, when you get it, when they're dancing, because it only cuts to one head at a time.
Yeah. So you think they're separate people, and then you find out at the big party that they're conjoined together.
I wooed them. Both of them.
Yes.
No. Not out of love, but out of jealousy.
Yes.
You were the most handsome man. You were the most debonair. You could have any woman you want.
And if you've never seen Addams Family, Fester's like this balding, pudgy, like
even when he's a child.
Yeah.
Dark circles under the eyes. The makeup and direction of this was brilliant. Actually, it was nominated, wasn't it? I think it was nominated for an Academy Award for costume.
It's very possible. If it wasn't, it should have been.
Or set design.
Yeah.
Both, probably.
Probably,
but, Christopher Lloyd was a huge Fester fan, and in order to play Fester had to crouch.
Oh, and hunch.
You can kind of tell he brings, and there's a couple of scenes where he's a little looser and it looks a little weird, and he had to wear a fat suit.
Oh, really? Yeah. I did hear they were trying to get Anthony Hopkins first. It was like they wanted Anthony Hopkins first.
I'm sure that he would have killed it, but I can't see anybody.
You know what I mean? Right.
I'm sure he would have done a great job.
Like went to two
Anthony
other.
Hopkins is like,
it's Anthony Hopkins, but like I think he went to like two other dudes before it got to Christopher Lloyd because they were like the biggest thing Lloyd had done after that. Before that was Back to the Future,
and they couldn't see Doc Brown.
Yeah, being like creepy and like, oh my gosh, yeah.
But the movies are actually super true to the original 1930s New Yorker cartoons.
The comic strips, yeah.
Yeah, there was that, and then the TV show came after. The TV show added the theme song, obviously, the famous theme song. It added Thing. It added Lurch. It added, or maybe not Lurch, Cousin It. It added Cousin It. And the guy who did the TV show actually sued the production company for the movies, saying, like, I deserve compensation.
Credit for Cousin It.
Well, for everything that he had added to the movies that they were using, and they ended up settling with him and giving him a payout for that. They sued him for like $50 million.
Holy!
Whoa! I mean,
$50 million. Who do you think you got? Chelsea Carter?
Was it Chelsea Clinton?
Is it Kelsey or Chelsea?
Is it Kelsey or Chelsea?
No, but that Mamushka scene and that whole dance and everything, like I know was
that's like I think when he like becomes Fester.
Yeah,
like,
when it really clicks in his head.
Yeah, because like he's doing that like complicated Russian dance.
The whole dance thing, yeah, it's so weirdly like it's like it. I feel like a lot of their stuff. It's like, okay, what's their like? Where are they from? What's their heritage? Where are they coming from? Yeah, and I think they just kind of keep playing it. No, we're kind of like from everywhere. Like we're this eclectic.
Well, he's like,
family.
we did it at Normandy.
Yeah,
for Jack the Ripper.
We danced it for Rasputin.
That's right. Yeah. But the one guy, I was like, who is this dude? Like, because I in every scene is like they kept finding really unique, interesting looking people. Like for that whole party scene, the cousin Lumpy, Lumpy Addams.
Yes,
go back and look at that dude again because I was just like, and I tried to find pictures of him, and he's of course like barely on the internet, like after the Addams, but he was in Family Values again. But like he's the strange, and I know they dressed him up, and they docked him up, but there's still some facial structure stuff to him. And I was just like, that is
the way him and Wednesday are dancing is like the weirdest.
Oh yeah, she's like throwing her
around. Yeah,
I love that part because Morticia tells her to go find Fester.
Fester's late. Go get your uncle.
There's like in the middle of being tossed like that, and then she's just like. And comes right out of it and walks off like nothing. Yes, exactly.
Just deadpan.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Well, that's why people like Jenna Ortega so much in that Wednesday show.
Okay, that's a good debate.
Because she well, I mean, it's hard because you can't have Christina Ricci do it anymore just because she can't pull off 12. No, I think Christina Ricci's probably better. I haven't seen the Wednesday show, so I've heard it's pretty good.
It is really fun.
I've only seen that one dance scene that was like all over social media.
Oh, right.
They go to like prom or whatever, and she dances all weird.
Yeah, she does. She was like pulling a bunch of stuff from like the B-52s and the trash cans, and the same guy, the guy who did Bird is the Word,
Surfing Bird by the Trash Men.
Yeah, that's what. And yeah, it's really good. But I have to say,
I had to do the Family Guy quote to remember the name of the band.
I was just gonna say the only reason you did the name of that band was for the show.
Yeah,
it's good to know like all your cultural references. Just like Family Guy. Yeah,
there's a common theme there.
Yeah. They're just slowly peaking together.
And before Family Guy was South Park and The Simpsons.
Thanks, Seth MacFarlane.
Thanks, Steph MacFarlane.
Yeah, thanks, Seth. No, for Wednesday and Christina Ricci, have you watched the Wednesday? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're not on.
I just don't have Netflix.
Well, you used to. And now with the password check.
It's just like. And it stinks because there's so many good things on there, and everyone's like, "Oh, have you seen this? No, what's it on Netflix? Oh, no, I've got Paramount, I got Prime, I got Max. Come on,
yeah. Thank God you had Paramount.
I've been sitting around watching Deadliest Catch.
Thank God you had Paramount, or I wouldn't have been able to watch this movie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, I would have rented. It's on YouTube.
Yeah,
you can rent it for like $2.
Yeah. You saved the show. I watched it for free on Tubi. Pluto TV.
I think this is one that we have. I think we have this VHS somewhere. I haven't like really done the deep dive to look for it.
I wouldn't doubt it.
We definitely have it on DVD.
Oh yeah.
But the problem with DVDs is that
Oh, you know what? I may have the book with it at my house.
Oh, my brother put them
really?
all. Our oldest brother put all of his old DVDs in these like giant
Binders.
CD binders, and holy crap, there's so many.
It's like 40.
Like I went to a back
if he
corner
didn't-
and they like, if they didn't, they would consume the house.
Yeah, it would be like the entire wall.
Yeah.
It would be feed me Seymour.
Oh my
You
god.
just throw DVDs at him.
We need to probably get those cases out because I feel like to explain to younger generations, like if you wanted music in your car, you had to bring
Oh yeah, I can bring one.
a
Yeah.
suitcase.
I still have one in my truck.
Oh, you do?
I
Thanks.
have a
son.
CD case in my truck too because I don't have a CD player.
No, but it's so funny because like I knew we were gonna do this movie this week, and before I streamed Castlevania because that's like I like that game as a Halloween game.
Yeah.
Matt brought up the idea of playing the Addams Family SNES game. The game stinks.
It's horrible.
This movie's great, but that game stinks. This game's so bad.
It makes no sense. But maybe that's part of the gimmick
but
of
like,
it.
there's just like you don't know what to do. It's like you're just running around as Gomez, just like hopping on like penguins and stuff, and you're like, where the hell do I go?
Oh,
Like,
that's so weird. When I played it, I started out as Pugsley.
oh, I was playing. There's two. You were playing Family Values.
Okay.
You started as Pugsley and Family Values,
Okay,
but in
yeah.
the Addams Family game, you're Gomez. And it's like, you know, in the Mario levels when like you're running on ice, that's what it constantly feels like in that game.
Can't
and
get
then
your
there's
footing.
and then there's actually ice, and forget it. You're just like,
on. You got to play that.
man.
We need to play
But-
that. I want to see you rage quit on
Yeah, I
that.
want to see. I want to see
Please.
Trey red zone it. I keep waiting.
I almost red zoned it
Come
too.
join us. The comments are fun.
Yeah.
Get down in there. I'm
I
making
got
jokes
called, I
here.
got called Fred Durst the other day. Shout out to that guy.
yeah.
He did it all for no. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. The shout out to the Angry Video Game Nerd, James Rolfe. He does an episode. One of his very first episodes is on Addams Family, and he does the game Fester's Quest for the NES. And he dresses up as like all the characters.
As the characters.
awesome.
Yeah, so
That's
like,
amazing.
so like he's playing as Fester because it's Fester's Quest, and Gomez is like, that's the end boss, and he's like,
Right.
it cuts to Gomez, he's like, that's just the first guy, and he's like, it's the end boss, and he's like, it's the first guy, and he's like, I know, but let's say it's the end boss because I can't take much more of this
don't
torture.
wanna do this
And so
anymore.
there's one part where he's dressed up as Wednesday, and they're playing, and she's like, Uncle Fester, this game better stop sucking ass. It's so funny.
Oh god! Anything else you guys need to roll out? Because I love this movie. I think it's an excellent rewatch. Great nostalgia.
Oh, it's
Excellent-
fantastic.
So
It's like
funny
it's like
jokes.
an 8 or 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like it's
really
there's
good.
not a lot of holes in it. Like
It's a
it's-
solid script. It really is. Yeah.
and
Well,
it's like fun.
I think what takes it home is, like I've said twice already, the delivery of every actor and actress in this movie.
Yeah.
Even when the mother is pretending to be the doctor and she's
Oh, yeah.
doing the terrible German accent.
displacement.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad, but it's so good because
No,
it's
I love
so
the way she
funny.
says of. She goes oof,
Yes.
displacement.
But remember, sweetheart, I am a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that relationship is strange, and then you find out that he was never.
He was Fester. She found him.
Yeah, she found him, but with amnesia.
from the Bermuda Triangle.
In the Bermuda Triangle. It's a very peculiar place.
Yeah. I love that line. But yeah, you're right. Everyone just was in their character and was a perfect casting for it. Because I mean, Christina Ricci she had already done I don't know if this was her first movie, but it was really early on in her career, and she
she's
just
10.
knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, she killed it.
I mean, and she actually
Got
came
it
up with the way
Casper
that
role, you know?
yeah, she actually came up with the way that Wednesday sleeps. She's where she lays
in a
there
coffin,
with
like
she's
Dracula.
It's those little things too, like where Fester's putting her in bed. She goes, Uncle Fester, and he turns around and she pulls the doll out and he kisses the doll.
Yeah.
And then he goes to leave and she's like, Uncle Fester, and he's like, oh, sorry, yes. And she pulls the head of the doll out and he kisses the head. So funny. You have to go back and watch just for all those little tiny details that are in the background,
Like when they're in
the finger trap.
Yeah.
And how
It was a party favor at his 10th birthday.
and when they're betting on it and they're basically like gonna have sex in the crowded auction hall.
They're getting hot and heavy.
Yeah, it's so strange but so funny.
Man.
So funny.
I like that you mentioned the way she sleeps when it cuts to the motel scene where Cousin It leaves to like go basically see what's going on with Fester because Morticia hasn't come back yet.
Yeah.
And it cuts to the whole family sleeping and Wednesday's sleeping like this, like next to her grandmother.
Yeah.
And then Pugsley's sleeping on Lurch with his hands like this, and Thing is like mimicking the way his hands are. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if you want to talk about a healthy relationship, I think they have a pretty healthy marriage. I mean, they're supportive. Like between Gomez and Morticia, they're super supportive. They've been together for over 25 years, and they're still into it.
They are about it.
Like every 20 minutes. And what's that great joke right before the party scene where he's like, Gomez goes, Morticia, when's the last time that we waltzed together? And she does this little spin around, and then Morticia goes, oh, Gomez. Hours.
It's been at least 2 hours.
So I think hashtag marriage goals on that.
Yeah, for real.
They are healthy and still at it, man. That's
Absolutely.
great.
It's pretty funny.
Oh, brother, and it ends on. I think it ends really bravely because I think they knew we got something great here. It ends with they are going to be expecting, and that's where we start with family values. Is that they're going to have their third child, which I heard was named. Is that right? Pubert. I think it's Pubert.
I'm not sure, but yeah, that sounds
it's
right.
Not Cubert. That's the guy from the NES game that jumps. He's basically just a nose. Like that's Cubert.
Yeah. There's also the funny thing about this movie that dates it so hard is MC Hammer did like the whole soundtrack.
That and when... Oh, go ahead.
Cousin It pulls up in his car.
And
he's bumping MC Hammer.
Too legit.
Yeah, exactly.
Too legit to quit.
No, but another thing that dates it is when they all get jobs. And Thing is a courier for FedEx.
Dude, why did nobody know? Why does nobody have a problem with this hand?
Right? Like, that's the thing. Like, nobody has a problem with them. Like, like, it's not weird that, like, this girl's trying to, like, conjure devils in the middle of their class and, like, all this stuff. Like, they're just like, hey, they're the Addams.
It's the Addams family. Like, it's a very accepting world, I'm going to tell you.
I would like to see that job application, that interview.
That he wrote, or, like, he's tapping.
He's doing either Morse code. He's fluent in 3 languages. Morse code. He stutters with sign language.
Yeah.
That is a great joke. That is a great joke. Oh, my God,
it's so difficult when you're stuttering.
He's trying to do this. That is a great joke.
He keeps giving him the M.
Things trying to communicate to Gomez that Morticia's in danger, and Gomez is like, send help, Morticia. I hate it when you stutter.
But he's fluent. He can write in English. He can do American Sign Language, and he knows Morse code.
Yeah. He's fluent. You're right. That's
but the
right.
FedEx boxes. Like the old blue and red, like FedEx
before the
boxes.
rebrand.
I was like, oh, that's some 1990s stuff right there,
dude. Somebody pointed out on the current FedEx logo the arrow
in between the E and the X.
Yes,
that is.
And now I can't.
You can't unsee it.
Yeah, no. Every time you see a FedEx truck, it's like. It's like subliminal messaging using negative space is what I read that it is.
That's part of design.
Yeah, and it's like they did it on purpose. It wasn't like an afterthought. They did that on purpose.
It's so brilliant when you see those things.
Real smart.
So you brought up a great point. I think it's a great place to put a cap on this. But MC Hammer, and I think honestly because Turtles, the Ooze, right, came out in 91 too, right? Didn't it come in?
Yes.
Or was it 93?
Or 92.
Ooh.
Because the original came out in 89-90.
Right, 89-90.
And then I think they made one a year. So I think you're thinking of Turtles 3.
Okay, is it Turtles 3 though?
Yeah, because then I think 2 was like right around the
Somebody
time.
fact checks on that. We will fact check ourselves. But I think I love this era of movies from the 90s when we needed a rap.
Yeah.
At the end to
you
summarize.
You could either call Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
Or
Vanilla Ice, MC Hammer, or Will Smith.
Yeah.
Will Smith especially. Whatever
Help your
Will
parents
Smith.
pay for school supplies. That's the best thing about it.
I love his one from Wild Wild West if you want to go back. That's a great one to rewatch. It's dark actually. Like,
the movie?
Yeah, the movie. It's a lot darker.
I know there's
than
creepy Spider-Man in that movie.
And
when did it come out?
2 was 91 and 3 was 93.
Okay, so that you were thinking of Turtles 3.
Because then we got Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go. And then that was the hit song for the credits.
Yeah.
And on this one we got they say what they want to say, do what they want to do. They're Addams Family. And you're like, yeah, MC.
And
do it.
I can't believe I'm blanking on his big hit.
Can't touch this?
Can't touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just throws Addams Family in between.
Sure.
Like if you go back and you listen to the lyrics.
Oh, to Can't Touch This?
It's that, or it maybe it's one of his songs. I can't. It's making me really upset. I'm not thinking of it right now. But if you listen, there's like the first part of the lyric, and then he goes the Addams Family, and then he closes the lyric. And if you take the Addams Family out, it's just his song, like his original. Yeah, it's really funny. Gosh, that's gonna bother me.
I know
so
it's
much.
not the episode, but we didn't touch on it in the Turtles episode. Now that you brought all this up,
oh please,
dude, the guy gets the characters wrong in the song in the first song. in the first one when they did Turtle Power, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, teenage. He's like, how does it go? He's like, something. Oh, Master Splinter. He's the leader of the goop, transformed from the norm by the nuclear goop. And then he's talking about the turtles, and he's like, I'm gonna pass back the mic to my man Donatello, Leonardo, Michelangelo, and then he's like, he's like Leonardo, Donatello, and Michelangelo make up the oop one more time for the leader of the group, Raphael. And it's like, no, he's not. He's not the leader.
No, he's the bitch. We covered this.
Just throw him in a bathtub again. No water.
Throw him through a skylight. Put him in a bathtub. He's the one who got us into this mess.
Bro, I'm just impressed about how much of those lyrics you actually remember. That was really that got me.
I butchered that a little bit. But
no, but that was
come on.
It was good. It was more than anything I can ever. But
we all know that Leonardo leads, Donatello does machines.
Oh, here
Raphael
it is. It's
cool,
Splinter's the
rude.
teacher, and they are the students. Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Donatello make up the group with one other fellow, Raphael. He's the leader of the group, transformed by the norm from the nuclear goop. That's what it is.
Wow.
But you're like, no, you're like, great bars, but no.
Spitfire.
First off, bars.
Yeah.
Second off, what the hell?
Credit where it's due.
hell?
Right. Yeah. No, I think that wraps it up for me on this one. I love this movie. Give it a good watch. It's on Pluto.
I'm sure there's stuff that we missed. Yeah, but I mean,
but if you,
I said,
you know what? Maybe that's a good segment for you to start doing
stuff we missed.
Yeah, stuff we missed, or like we'll call it
that'd be
reheat
great.
the leftovers or something like that.
And I'll just stand in the back going, sweet, petite.
Da-da-da-da. They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky. The Addams Family. Da-da-da-da.
We had other people on this last episode say how much they loved it when we sang, and I think that's got to be a part of everything we do.
Hey,
it's gonna be a hard time.
If it's in me, it's gonna come out.
I rapped. We're good.
Yeah. Oh, you're good. We've hit several genres of music now. This has been brilliant. Oh man! Again, thanks for listening and watching.
Absolutely. Thanks for listening to another episode.
Please check us out on YouTube. We're also on Spotify and anywhere else you can find your podcast. Let your friends know. We do have a website, nostalgialandpodcast.com. We got some merch up there as always. And as always, I'm Matt.
I'm Trey.
I'm Tyler. Cowabunga.
Cowabunga. Ooh, that's not ours.
Oh, God, I thought we really broke it.
Yeah.